All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we are going to demystify what is literally one of the most extreme physiological experiences the human body can go through. We're going to break down the day-by-day, hour-by-hour biological journey of a 168-hour water fast. So what really happens when you stop eating for 7 whole days? Let's find out.
Okay, let's dive right into this and look at the profound metabolic switch your body flips when you transition from exogenous food, the calories you physically eat, to endogenous survival, which is where you become entirely self-sustaining.
Here's our biological itinerary for today. We're going to cover the first 48 hours, look at the day 3 proteomic shift, explore days 4 through 7, discuss the refeeding syndrome risk, and finally, go over the safe exit strategy.
Section 1. The first 48 hours. The initial transition.
Think of your body as a hybrid engine, right? When you're eating normally, you're essentially running a high-insulin, glucose-burning engine. But when that fuel runs out, well, insulin drops, and your system shifts gears to tap into this deep backup battery of stored fat and ketones. It's a total change in your primary fuel source.
So, these first 2 days are really a progressive transition. From 0 to 12 hours, your liver's glycogen buffers just run completely dry. Then, between 12 and 24 hours, early ketosis kicks in. And from 24 to 48 hours, something totally amazing happens. Your body initiates a deep cellular cleanup process called autophagy. It's basically your body aggressively recycling damaged cellular junk just to survive.
Section 2. Day 3. Proteomic shift. A major metabolic climax.
Now, the sheer scale of what happens next is just staggering. Researchers measured 3,000 different plasma proteins in the body, and they found that exactly 1/3 of them significantly alter their levels. 1/3. But here's the catch. This massive systemic reset only happens after you cross that 72-hour threshold. So those first 2 days, they're really just the warm-up. Day 3 is when the real transformation kicks off.
So what this means is that this multi-organ systemic reset actively dismantles supportive structures like the extracellular matrix. To spare your essential energy pools, your body actually starts breaking down things like the brain-specific protein tenascin R. And this mechanism brilliantly explains the loss of lean muscle mass that inevitably happens during a prolonged fast. Your body is, quite literally, mining itself for resources.
Section 3. Days 4 through 7. Deep survival mode.
By day 7, the physical changes are undeniable. Participants typically lose an average of 5.8 kilograms. That's roughly 13 pounds. And the breakdown of that weight loss is super interesting. There's a nearly equal relative drop in both dangerous visceral fat mass and precious lean mass, both dropping around 8%. However, your bone mass remains entirely unchanged. Your body fiercely protects its structural foundation no matter what.
During this deep fast phase, something totally counterintuitive happens. True physical hunger actually vanishes. It's wild. As your ketones stabilize into a dynamic balance, your digestive system essentially just goes to sleep, completely downregulating digestive enzymes. Blood sodium and chlorine drop, and your body enters a highly efficient, albeit pretty depleted, new metabolic homeostasis.
Section 4. The refeeding syndrome risk. The danger of re-entry.
Okay, this is absolutely crucial. If you rush back into eating a heavy, carb-rich meal right after a long fast, you force a massive insulin release. Because your body has been dormant, this sudden spike aggressively sucks already depleted minerals, things like phosphate, magnesium, and potassium, straight into your cells. This condition is called refeeding syndrome, and it is no joke. It can trigger lethal cardiac arrhythmias, seizures, and respiratory failure.
In fact, clinical guidelines like those from the NHS clearly show that having little or no nutritional intake for more than 5 days puts you directly in the high-risk category for this syndrome. You simply cannot just go back to eating normally. You have to be strategic.
Section 5. The safe exit strategy. A biological runway. To protect your heart and that completely dormant digestive tract we talked about, we follow the golden rule of refeeding. Go low and go slow. A great general guideline is that your gentle recovery period should last roughly half the length of your actual fast. So if you fasted for 7 days, you need at least 3.5 days of highly controlled gradual eating. To structure that return, we use a 4-phase biological runway. First, you step carefully from liquid broths in the initial 2 hours, gently waking up your system with under 100 calories. Then you move to soft, easily digestible solids. After that, you progress to normalish meals,
and only gradually return to your baseline, whole food diet over the next couple of days.
When you're choosing those very first meals, you want foods that heal and comfort. You should stick exclusively to gentle options. Bone broth is amazing because its glycine helps repair the gut lining. Soft scrambled eggs give you a gentle 20 to 40 gram protein hit, and fermented options like plain yogurt or kefir are fantastic for reestablishing your depleted gut microbiome.
Conversely, there are definitely foods you must absolutely avoid on day 1. Breaking a 7-day fast with a pizza, a massive raw broccoli salad, heavy starches, or a glass of wine is going to completely shock your dormant system. And trust me, this will inevitably result in severe bloating, agonizing gastric distress, and extreme electrolyte imbalances. Just don't do it.
As we wrap up this explainer, it leaves us with a really fascinating paradox to consider. Think about it. We evolved for feast and famine, right? Yet we live in a modern world of constant feasting. It really makes you wonder, if stepping away from our constant abundance of food initiates such profound systemic cellular regeneration, might structured fasting be the ultimate biohack we've simply forgotten how to use? Thanks for joining me on this journey into the science of starvation and repair. Until next time, stay curious.